In the quiet town of Willow Creek, Virginia, on the humid afternoon of July 12, 2021, the local police department received a call that would unravel a chilling mystery. Concerned co-workers had requested a welfare check on Emily Harper, a 27-year-old marketing specialist who hadn't returned to her office after lunch. The call came from her colleagues at Pinnacle Solutions, a bustling marketing firm housed in a sleek office park on the edge of Richmond. Emily's absence was unusual. She was known for her punctuality and dedication. What the police discovered in her cozy second-floor apartment at the Maple Grove Residences would shake the community to its core. Emily Harper's morning had begun like any other. She arrived at Pinnacle Solutions, her workplace of 3 years, with her usual enthusiasm. As a project coordinator, she thrived in the fast-paced environment, having earned accolades for her innovative campaigns. At 27, Emily was a rising star. A graduate of James Madison University, she had studied global marketing and spent a semester abroad in Spain. Fueling her love for travel, she was meticulous, setting ambitious goals each year and achieving them with precision. Her family in Fredericksburg, 50 miles north, describe her as a vibrant soul who lit up their lives. Emily's childhood wasn't without challenges. She was born with a rare condition called syringomyelia, a fluid-filled cyst in her spinal cord that caused chronic pain and numbness. In her teens, she underwent successful surgery under Dr. Laura Hensley, a renowned neurosurgeon. The experience inspired Emily to give back, volunteering with the American Heart Association and organizing charity runs in Richmond. That fateful Monday, Emily decided to head home during her lunch break, a rare choice. Her apartment was a short 10-minute drive from the office, and she needed to sign for a delivery. Around 1 p.m., she left Pinnacle Solutions, promising to return by 2 o'clock. But as the afternoon wore on, her co-workers grew uneasy. Emily wasn't answering calls or texts, and her desk remained empty. Another employee, Daniel Pierce, was also late returning from lunch, causing a ripple of frustration in the office. "Great," one colleague muttered. "Now we'll get a memo about lunch break policies." But irritation soon turned to worry. By 5:30 p.m., her co-workers contacted the Willow Creek police, requesting a welfare check. Officers arrived at Maple Grove Residences, a modern complex of low-rise buildings surrounded by manicured lawns. Emily's unit, accessible via an outdoor staircase, appeared undisturbed. The door was locked, the windows intact. But inside, a horrific scene awaited. Emily lay motionless on the living room floor, surrounded by blood. She had been brutally attacked, with deep puncture wounds to her neck and head trauma from blunt force. Paramedics confirmed she was gone. The autopsy later revealed an unusual detail. The wounds weren't typical knife marks, but irregular, suggesting multiple makeshift weapons, a screwdriver, a pair of scissors, perhaps a heavy object. The savagery was staggering. Investigators found no signs of theft or forced entry, leading them to suspect the killer knew Emily well. DNA evidence, including skin under her fingernails, hinted at a struggle, but the absence of security cameras at Maple Grove complicated the case. Neighbors reported hearing muffled cries around 1:30 p.m., followed by the sound of furniture being dragged. The timeline suggested Emily was attacked shortly after arriving home. But who could have done this, and why? A breakthrough came a week later when Pinnacle Solutions' HR manager contacted police. An employee, Daniel Pierce, had been acting strangely since Emily's death. Daniel, a 32-year-old accountant, was a married father who lived in Chesterfield, 20 miles away. Normally reserved, he had become jittery, sporting unexplained cuts on his hands and asking odd questions about circumstantial evidence. Most damning, Daniel had taken his lunch break at the same time as Emily, leaving the office just before her and returning in a different shirt. Co-workers recalled his absence delayed a team meeting, mirroring Emily's. Police interviewed Daniel on July 20th. He admitted working with Emily on past projects, but insisted he hadn't seen her that day beyond a brief hallway encounter. He claimed he'd spent his lunch break fixing his Toyota Camry in a nearby park, explaining the shirt change as a result of grease stains. But his story unraveled when his supervisor shared text stating he was a mechanic. Confronted, Daniel said he'd lied to his boss to avoid embarrassment about DIY repairs. Skeptical, police requested a DNA sample, which he provided. Meanwhile, the investigation stalled as DNA results lagged and leads dried up. Then, a stroke of luck, dashcam footage from a patrol car captured a Toyota Camry matching Daniel's near Maple Grove at 1:45 p.m. on July 12th. Cell phone data confirmed Daniel was in the area, contradicting his alibi. The DNA results sealed his fate. His sample matched the skin under Emily's nails. On September 15th, Daniel was arrested and charged with first-degree murder and illegal weapon use. The motive, however, remained elusive. Why would Daniel, a seemingly ordinary family man, kill Emily? The answer emerged slowly, revealing a disturbing obsession. During his 3 years in jail awaiting trial, Daniel concocted a wild scheme to escape justice. He confided in a cellmate, soon to be released, about a plan to stage a copycat murder to cast doubt on his guilt. He suggested targeting another young woman, using similar weapons, a screwdriver, scissors, and a pen, to mimic Emily's injuries. He even proposed framing an early suspect, a former co-worker cleared by police, by planning a fake confession. Daniel offered $20,000 and detailed instructions: damage the victim's neck, clean the scene with bleach, disable phone tracking. He wrote fake notes to support the frame-up, stashing them in his cell. Fortunately, his cellmate alerted authorities, wearing a wire to record Daniel's chilling plans. A cell search uncovered the notes, leading to additional charges of conspiracy and witness tampering. Facing overwhelming evidence, Daniel accepted a plea deal, confessing the truth about Emily's murder. He admitted to a months-long fixation on Emily, sparked by their workplace interactions. 2 months before the crime, he stole her apartment key during a team meeting, copied it, and began sneaking into her home during lunch breaks. He installed hidden cameras, controlled via phone app, to spy on her. On July 12th, he was adjusting a camera when Emily unexpectedly returned. Panicked, he hid behind the door. Instead of fleeing, he grabbed his tools, a screwdriver and scissors, and attacked her in a frenzy, later beating her with a lamp. He cleaned the scene, locked the door, and returned to work, texting his boss a lie about car trouble. Residents later identified Daniel as a man loitering near Maple Grove's communal areas in the weeks prior. His confession exposed the depth of his depravity, shattering his image as a devoted husband and father to his 2-year-old son. At sentencing, Daniel expressed remorse, addressing Emily's family and his own. "I destroyed everything," he said, tears streaming. "To my wife, I failed you. To my son, I won't see you grow. I'm sorry." But Emily's family's pain took center stage. Her sister, Megan, spoke of Emily's role as her wedding's maid of honor, now an empty space. Her father, Thomas, recalled her love for jazz and her knack for planning family trips. Her mother, Susan, delivered the most heart-wrenching words. "Emily hugged us all at our last dinner. She said, 'One more.' Now there are no more hugs." The judge urged Emily's loved ones to honor her by living joyfully, as she would have wanted. They did, establishing a scholarship in her name to fund medical research for Syringomyelia, supporting Dr. Hensley's work. "Emily's legacy will help others," Susan said, her voice steady with resolve. Daniel Pierce was sentenced to 60 years in Virginia's Red Onion State Prison, eligible for parole in 2077. Willow Creek slowly healed, but Emily's memory endured, her warmth, her drive, her light. As the sun sets over Richmond's skyline, Maple Grove Residences stands quiet, a reminder of a life cut short but never forgotten. Emily's family carries on, celebrating her by living fully, just as she did.